the rest of this game unlocks after midnight tonight. Tomorrow's the official launch of it. So we will be getting back to, because the first playthrough is Sabile. We have actually found our way off the island, but that's where the pre-order bit ended. So, and we will get back to that, and we will be able to explore an entirely new open world the rest of this game. But until then, I am completely fucking obsessed with it. It's one of the funnest fantasy RPGs I've ever played. And boy, I just need to. I'm gonna take that rope. So I'm just gonna. Now, with this playthrough, we are an undead knight, which brings its own troubles. But we're gonna find out all about that, and I think I'm gonna be a bit more of an asshole with this guy. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Hang on.
Come on, please, Losa.
I forgot how to sing. I did.
That's beautiful. All right, let's see what's happening here. What the fuck? Goddamn kids! These fucking kids.
Ah, there you are. Husband. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. Oh, they're not so bad. At least not when they're treating me, Madam Josephine Gribble de Peeve, with due deference.
I have a huge mug of Earl Grey tea. I'll be sipping from.
The children break out into giggles.
Of course they do.
What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
Mm-hmm.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? Guess you aren't a creative type, are you, Chief? I say they're one and the same. Nope. Trying not to find anything out, either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Lovely.
Good luck, Chief.
Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better, though. Listen. La 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 la.
Oh, that's shit. That's complete shit. That kid's not a good singer at all.
What's
Hang
your
on.
job?
What do you
look
have
like
to
a
trade,
magic
kid?
maker. Like me, but maybe not so
Milk
strong.
and a poisoned arrowhead. Fucking Sandy. about you? What
I'm
about
here because
Polly?
I'm magic. Are you here because you're weird?
What are you? Mug of wine? This little kid's a fucking drunk. Goddamn drunk. Alright, let's...
You look like my daddy. His name is Frida.
I'm dead.
He's waiting for me at home.
Is Frieder dead? I'm dead. What do you got to trade? I'll take your fucking cheese. I don't need it, but my fleshy fucking party will probably need it. Let's see.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
What the hell's going on here? Alright.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto
Time
the
for some
surface
more
of the
Earl
barrel.
Grey.
They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
Mmm. Strong Earl Grey with sugar and honey.
One of us would kill our own.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She looks at you in surprise when you bare an arm of bone.
Yeah.
My. Guess I'll have to find out the memory from Marrow, won't I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
Aha.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers, watching, staring at them, hoping that none would stare back. You were thinking of flesh, or to be rather more precise, the pleasures of the flesh, those that have eluded you for so long.
An undead night thinking about fucking. Yeah, that's true.
There, no need to be a sourpuss. You don't have to worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Is she attracted to me? I'm dead.
Never say never, though.
I'm dead. I'm a dead guy.
Our kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, we've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
Did you put a knuckle in it?
Hey, buddy.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded.
Guy's scruffy as
A
fuck.
sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. Ifan seems amused at the gesture, but he bats your arm down from the salute when the Magister sees what you're doing.
You served?
He shoots you an odd look, then barks a laugh and shakes his head.
Sure feels that way to me, too. Soon as it's over, nobody wants to hear anything but tales of glory. Served Lucian myself. A long, long time ago now. Long before Source became reason to leash a man like a dog.
Yeah, like a dog.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing.
Oh, what does that mean? What's that supposed to mean?
Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Ha! Johnny Big Pants.
No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show.
I'm dead.
Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about Source.
Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
I'll find out. I always do. Now away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Let's see. Shit.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten.
I never thought he would either.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
His eyes snap open. He looks at you and frowns.
Murder? Ah, that's what they were going on and on about. I wouldn't know anything about it. I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it. And the mayor knows who done it too.
His eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose once more.
Whether they catch me is another matter, but I ain't one to hide my accomplishments. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen forced dinners.
And?
To do away with the custom.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums. But there's more. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him.
It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? It squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Dick.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate.
I don't have either. I'm dead.
No indeed, boy. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest. Your kind
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
Uh-huh.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
I'm dead.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Until overboiling a bit of cabbage becomes a crime, I shall hold my head steady.
There's some discoloration, as well as a rather disconcerting lack of tongue and gums, but I've seen worse. After
I'm
all,
dead.
one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? And of course, a cook who can't taste is about as useful as a dog in a chess game. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Goodness gracious me, what a bore. Off with you. Quite clearly, you wouldn't have done at all. Shoo! The acceptable distance for you to keep from me is at least 50 yards. Or the grave.
I'm already dead.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
You're undead. You scared someone and they attacked you. Cover your head, legs, and your torso. You'll find people less hostile. Use the equipment panel. Oh no! Oh fuck!
Appetizing things coming out of plates.
Well, all right. What's this? Ha!
Prepare yourself.
Yeah! Hell yeah! Woo! I'm encouraged to violence. Okay, fuck. Well. Ooh. Oh, shit. Fane just killing it. Oh no! Hippen's trying to kill a child. Wowzers. So that was something, huh? Everybody just goes back to what the fuck they were doing. Okay. Sure, I'll take that.
Classify this stock as food. I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and examines your bandages, rubbing them between his fingers.
Fascinating.
I'm dead.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
What purpose did that serve? Was that a greeting? Was it... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How difficult. You have my sincere apologies. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Ah, yes. The niceties. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough. It is pleasurable to meet you.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Is there? Wherever do you keep it? Certainly not in your books. I have been... It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind? Of course you don't have any useful information. Now please, run along.
No amount of pestering...
Well. Well, that's not gonna...
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all
No, I don't want to catch
I've
you
never dined on
biffing.
anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Majesty's more concern than more appetite.
Don't you get saucy
I know what's gonna...
when you clearly don't know the first thing
I
about
know what's gonna
sauce.
happen.
Do you? Well...
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose
I don't
lives
have
must
eyes. I'm
end.
dead. I'm dead.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
By all means, do as the officer says, but you had better...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us off.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oh my. Oh shit. Shitballs. Oh shitty McShitballs.
What's happened?
Oh. Oh my. Alright, well, let's see here. Broken source collar. Huh. Yeah, I'll take that. Who knows? Might come in useful. For some reason. The good part of a two-hander. I like that. Okay. Good. Ow. Owie. I'm on fire. Ouch. Ugh. Still locked. What a bunch of shit. Screw it.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them. She doesn't stir. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud.
Oh! What? What happened? Must have been the turnips. You dare strike a royal? Ooh.
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
Ah, hell.
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground, like his eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence.
Lucian?
Ifan cries out, then his eyes fall closed again.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Her hand lies limp in yours. She's too weak to stand.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
Toy crossbow.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Playing dead, are you?
Oh.
Probably a good idea.
Hang on. Wait a minute. Ah. I was kind of hoping maybe I could take it with me. It would be my little undead buddy. But no such luck. Well, I guess we'll,
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
All right.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues. The dog notices. It sneezes.
Can't smell. Please, make it stop.
The hound sees you reach for your weapon and grab.
Long before this thing snaps into splinters. Down. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and up.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's...
No. What damn fools record knowledge? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the...
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his...
Yes, indeed. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. Please, I had a mask, a mask that was stolen. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead... Indeed, just as sensible as I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible...
The skeleton shrugs casually and...
Great God! Something's pounding on the hull! God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick!
Thank the gods! But
worth a fight.
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches...
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you. He leaps to attention.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out your blood.
Rix raises his sword.
Owie!
Bishop Alexander, if Lucian were alive, what would he think of his son's divine order?
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
Ah, making fun of flat earthers. Love it.
The door was painted recently. Judging, you press your palm against the door to open. It doesn't budge. The door groans open.
Something's breaking through! What in the hell is Death fog. Good thing I'm immune. Still, this means trouble. Ooh.
chance.
It is all the way fucked over here, huh? Look at this fucking thing.
Pull the rope. Maybe that'll work.
I tried that. It won't move. It's too heavy. We need...
The girl turns to you in a panic.
Please. Help. But what about everyone else, Trice? We can't just leave them to die. Please, mister. I knew it.
There's a ladder right there.
Trice shivers, then
Do-do-do. Here we go.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Okay, well, I can't help her yet.
You can walk. Get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Find Woken!
Yes, fine.
Let the games begin. I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
They who are about to triumph.
I've faced worse.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of blood, quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship
I don't
snaps.
have eyes.
The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Ripping the ship apart!
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Oh my.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead.
Yep, it's true.
Yours
I am.
faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Those Voidwoken make short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems someone, something, wanted me alive.
I love the music.
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King. This statue must be 1,000 years old. Wonder how much longer it will last. This statue must be 1,000 years old. Wonder how much longer it will last.
Ugh, damn.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
The child considers your statement.
You're weird. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching the shadows cloaking your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong or crazy. It's better here than inside. But you didn't die.
I can't die. I'm dead. I'm already dead.
There isn't anywhere safer. You'll see. Guess I am.
Stupid kid. Alright. Now we'll see what he thinks of me. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm undead. I'm a fucking dead motherfucker. Hey. That's right. Alright, I better put it back on. Little bitch.
You can stay out here with me if you want. You don't seem that scary.
Right, well, I'm very dead.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They've made it to shore.
It's time to kick some ass.
I know you.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
You spot a strange lizard gazing. Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacle. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer. Or
Yes, I imagine you do. You're made of sterner stuff than I first gave you. Chances are I wouldn't have survived the shipwreck had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that... You have my gratitude.
hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
My gratitude is worth a great deal. Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet.
He sighs, dramatic.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once.
As for myself, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Yes, but these weren't castles.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince. Of course you...
There's a brief moment's pause.
That said, the grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was this and that. On the other hand... Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me. Jolly good. Oh, my word. How you do astound me. Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels can fool me? But don't worry. I have studied the arcane arts for years, including necromancy and demonology. I do not hold the petty prejudices of common folks. In fact, I prefer the exceptional in all things. Your secret is safe with me. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
Let's see, so I'm a knight. So I got the big heavy attacks down. I think I'm going to count on Fane. Because I'm going to get the Red Prince, the Beast, and Fane are going to be my main companions. Because I've yet to have the Beast as a companion. And Fane will just be interesting to have as a companion, considering he is... Well, we are of a common stock. A rogue.
Finesse is a condition one should assume in any situation, from dining to discourse to dueling. What situations do you have in mind? Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicate.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling as your luck would. Of course, there are other forms.
Persuasion is always good to have. There we are. Okay, Ranger. Come on, Ranger. Let's go see if we can find a dwarf.
A black cat. Hello, kitty.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. Me? I know who I am. Well, at least I think I do. Sometimes it feels like... No, I know who I am. Who are you? Trying to get by with one foot in the grave? Or more than that, maybe. More than...
The cat shakes its head, as if trying to wake up from a deep sleep. The cat opens his mouth, as if to...
Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stick. I'm sure glad you went back to save... Ooh, that's a pretty one. Now, where should I put this
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. I don't need tongs, but I do need to find a shovel. Always keep an eye out for a shovel, kids, when you're playing this. Believe me, it comes in handy. Let's see here. No?
I've spotted something.
Right. Alright, guys. I will be back with Sir Dedhams. My dog is being very insistent that I take him out. So I'll be back very shortly, and we will meet Thane. Before that, I'm going to go ahead and take my hood off, because I think that'll be interesting. So I'll see you in a bit. Oh, why a shovel? Because you will encounter just places to dig in the world, and you never know what treasure you'll find. There's sand mounds and graves and all different places you can just dig up and get some cool stuff. Or an enemy. Sometimes it'll be like an undead or a demon or something, and you'll have to fight them. But even then, you'll get experience points and probably some loot. So, always good to get a shovel. All right, see you in a bit.